Hi everyone. It is wonderful to know that you are out there. I have been so encouraged from your likes and your comments and your private messages. And this word tenderness has touched all of our hearts because we are tender-hearted people. You know how you know when you're tender-hearted? You can feel things, and you feel things deeply. Sometimes it feels like that works against you, especially if you are empaths and you feel things so deeply. Instead of throwing someone a lifeline, you sort of dive in and drown with them. I've been there, I've done that. And I've also been on the other side where I've toughened myself up and said, I will not feel anything. Pay no attention to those feelings behind the curtain, and that doesn't work either. Life can either make you tough or tender. You know those people that have taken the hits in life and sort of put up walls and said, you're not going to get me again. They're the people that as they age, they have a perpetual frown on their faces. And I don't want to be that. I know you don't want to be that either. So I've been feeling all the feelings lately, and I'm especially tender because, as I've told you, my mom has had some health challenges. She is doing great, but the hard part for me is I'm here and she's there, many states away and an airplane ride away. And I'm getting on a plane as I record this to go and visit her for the first time since her health challenges began. And I cannot wait to see her face. You know, no one can push your buttons like your mother, but you're so grateful that you have her to push your buttons. And I was never the easiest of her two children. I was more of a fighter, the contrarian. But lately, I just feel tender. It's almost like there are no buttons to push. I just want to love her. And that's a great place for us to be with every one of our relationships and the one we have with ourselves. Instead of letting that negative chatter chip away at your joy or wear you down, thinking well about yourself, feeling tender toward yourself. It is not perfection that moves people. In fact, it's those who are vulnerable and who are willing to be candid and say, yeah, I blew that. And we find ourselves endeared to them. So then why is it that in our own seeming or perceived failures or mistakes, we're so hard on ourselves? I say, let's hold on to this word tenderness and approach our lives with a good dose of it. Now, I normally do the prayer, pick the word, but I have to tell you, I recorded a video and there was no audio. So I had picked the word only to find out later that there was no audio. So I'm here to tell you, I did pray the prayer, and the word is presence. So I had more than 30 seconds to think about this word presence, and it struck me just last night when I was in the car with Mark and we were on our way to dinner, and he was talking about his day and I was playing on my phone. And after about 5 minutes he said, are you there? And I realized I wasn't. I was completely checked out. He was talking, I was multitasking. I was so not present in the moment, and that wasn't fair to him. He wasn't angry or anything. In fact, if he had been angry, I probably would have been a harumph. This is the thing I love about Mark, and I gotta tell you, he never gets angry. He's just nice all the time, really. So it makes me want to be nice too. And I put my phone away and I thought, no, you know what? You wake up one day. I'm going to visit my mom. My mom is, well, she's no longer in her 70s, let's put it that way. She looks amazing. She's gorgeous. But I remember when she was my age. And then one day you wake up and it's 30 years later. And where did all the time go? And the time is right now. The time you have to love and be present is right now. All your power is in the present. Give people the present of your presence while you can. Because our tomorrows aren't promised. And while I intend on haunting a few people when I check out of here, this is the one shot we have at being together, and I want it to count. So if you find yourself checking out when someone's trying to check in with you, let's try to stay present these next 2 weeks, as our word is presence. That's my take on it. I think I'm going to have some more interpretations of the word as the next 2 weeks move on, but I thank you for your presence right here, right now. And I hope to hear from you in the comments because it sure makes my week. Bye.